Okay, so let's do question 1 to 28. Actually, yeah, we stop at 28 because you have a completely different topic at 29. So this is eight questions, and this is about managing information. Quite nice. Strategic reports. We talked again. This is really chapter 3. Strategic reports have many features, or maybe 2, but chapter 2 and 3 are the key chapters again. Features. Which of the following is the most likely feature of a strategic report? Again. There is that sort of forecasting future sort of characteristic, if you like, so to speak. Strategic reports are not prepared regularly. Remember, these are sort of 5 to 10 year plans, if you like. They're always looking forward, so they're not prepared regularly. Again, I think we saw something along these lines about the currency of the position, so this isn't enough. It says, and this, to be fair, they say only, so I think it was the very first question in the bank, which is really why it's good to do these things. It doesn't just demonstrate only the company's current position. It's very much about looking at the future, so D is not right. Total accuracy, that's not feasible. The forecast data, you can't have total accuracy, so it leaves this sort of highly summarized, it is typically summarized, of overall trend. So the answer here is C. Question 21 is C. Question 21 is C. Okay. Let's look at question 22. So an accountant wants to determine the increase in so we're trying to determine here what's going on with this cost, whether or not this is worth it. Now, this, you could look at this. I mean, I sort of actually did some calculations here, and it says she's concerned the paper usage in her business has risen by 10% in the last year, which means if I just come here, 40. I'm just gonna I'll use this page. It doesn't really matter. 4,400. She believes it has increased by 10%. The question is, what was it last year? So it was whatever it was, and it increased by 10%. So I'm multiplying by 1.1 to get this. So therefore, that means it was 40,400 divided by 1.1 gives me 40,400 divided by 1.1 gives me. So last year it was 36,727. So that means, therefore, that we have seen an increase in costs of 3,672. In effect, that's what's happened. But then it's saying to you that it believes that you will now spend. It'll take 4 weeks to repair, and as well as other incremental costs. She has estimated the total cost of prepping the report is 28 grand. So 28 grand. 28,000 cost, or to sort of save. You're going to spend this trying to save on this type of paper, even if you could bring it down to the same levels, is not worth it. This is too much, and you are waiting an extra 4 weeks as well for the report. So there are issues there. So that's why that wouldn't work. So so the answer here is C. 22 is C. It is, from a cost benefit point of view, it isn't worth it. Okay, right, let's carry on. Question 23. Local managers within organizations often use operational reports. So this is very much happening on the day-to-day level. So typically it is frequent. So infrequent is not good. It is usually detailed. It isn't summarized. And it isn't external information. It's very much looking at what's going on. Current position, internal, and it's typically usually very accurate because they're quite numerical issues here. Sales for the day and things like that. So the answer here with 23 is C. So 23 is C. Question 23 is C. I'll just get rid of all of this bit here. My eraser now doesn't work. Let's just sort out this pen. Oh, I need a new pen. Okay, I was trying to clean this out. It's not cleaning, no problem. I will just write over it. Okay, let's go to question 24. Here we are. So, which two of the following are typical advantages of investing in a new information system? I thought this question was slightly. I don't think it's. I mean, I know what they're trying to say, but I think they didn't quite convey the key message in this question. So I think what they should have written were, what are the give two advantages, because you see the other answers are not are just drawbacks, or are, I wouldn't call them disadvantages, they're just drawbacks or consequences, I would say. So for example, of course, advantages of investing in the information system, you have enhanced information processing. I was actually even going to go with efficiency. So I went with efficiency. I mean, enhanced information processing capacity is just when I believe you just need more memory. You know, if it's about capacity or more space, so to speak. I mean, that's what we're talking about here, right? Capacity. Efficiency could just be about systems as well, but the key point here is that we're looking at more efficient data coming through, or data processing coming through. So here, enhanced compatibility with other systems. Well, over time, this might become an advantage, but of course, usually in the initial instance, typically it's usually tricky to complement a new system with old systems, and even that is debatable, depending on who's implementing and the skill of those implementing and the complexity of the software. So enhanced staff training needs, I sort of felt, yeah, this is not a typical advantage. This just kind of falls out in itself. But I wouldn't say again that this in itself is such a big issue. I wouldn't say it's just a typical. I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage either. Enhanced staff training needs. It's just a consequence. It's just an additional cost. And with the right sort of incentives, it could be, if you like, it could be overcome quite easily. So the second and the third one are the answers given. Enhanced information processing capacity, enhanced information processing efficiency, because we usually see the advantages straight away. Here we see resistance and difficulty with compatibility with other systems, if you like. But this long-term word investing, which is what this sounds like, in the future you can have enhanced compatibility and probably enhanced information processing efficiency. But the second and the third one are the answers given. So 24, question 24.2 and 3. Okay, right. Let's see. Yes, now 25. An airline wants to provide access to a select group of travel agents, so a select group of people, and they want them to have access to their own database, but not everyone. So what we have here is that you're basically having two intranets connecting and talking to each other. So that's very much your extranet, where it's kind of happening between two organizations where one has access to the other's database. So that question 25 there is the extranet. The question 25 there is the extranet. So really connecting to company internets, if you like, and they have access. So if the problem is, if you make it on the internet, then everyone would have access to this, and that's not what we want. So question 25 is the extranet, which is B. Question 25 is B. Question 26, let's see what's going on here. Question 26. Yes, so a government department generates information which should not be disclosed to anyone. So they're basically trying to have effective controls. You can see here straight away that A jumps out. Memory sticks are just a no-no. All the rest makes sense very clearly. Enter non-disclosed, regular updated, swipe of course, hard copy shredded. So A nicely is the odd one out there. 26 is A. 26 is A. 27. 27. Let's look at 27. 27 here. It says a small doctor surgery is considering providing a wireless network for nurses to access patient data in real time. So you want them to basically just having a wireless that they can quickly log into and see from wherever they are in real time. Which of the following is a disadvantage? You can always limit. You need a password. You can still it's still there. So that's not true. The network cannot match the coverage of it. No, that's not true. These are very good things now. You don't need lots of new user devices. It says lots of new. Hopefully that is the key word there. You might, I don't know, but definitely not lots of new. And sometimes you don't even need any. It can be done on existing equipment. And the network, they might be able to do it on their phones. I don't know, or some device they have already. The network will be less stable. That is typically the case about systems going down when it's wireless compared to when it's wired, if that makes any sense. So typically networks wireless tend to be less stable. So the answer here is C. 27 is C. 27 is C. And then question 28. Here is which of the following methods would be least effective in ensuring the security of confidential information. So, I mean, naturally just jumps out a universal passwords. I mean, what's that about? You shouldn't be having that where everyone can have access to these passwords, and that's just the end of that. Okay, great stuff. So that's question 21 to 28 done as well.